Hey YouTube, okay, so I said I was gonna come back Friday, right? But I'm back right now because I just remembered a real important subject, and if I wait till Friday, I'm gonna forget. My friend posted, she actually might be my cousin, actually. She posted on Facebook. Y'all think it's right for a female to get an abortion if the father really wants her to keep it, right? So of course I already have my opinion, of course, on the subject, but let me just tell you what one person said. I think it's her decision, not his, but I don't suggest she gets rid of it trying to be spiteful. Okay, the second part I do agree with. You should never do anything out of spite. But the first part I cannot co-sign, condone, rock with, none of that. I can't, none of that. She said it's her decision, not his. Never, ever, ever is it just the mother's decision or just the father's decision? Both parents have equal rights to the child, to whatever happens to the child. Equal. The only time when one parent should take the reign is if we know that one parent just isn't a good parent, isn't of sound mind, or just is a danger for the child to be around. That's when one parent gets sole custody and all that sole reign over what happens to the child. But other than that, if you just happen to get pregnant, even if it's your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, a random dude, the dude, I don't even care if you feel like, I ain't trying to be a family. I don't want to be with him. That is still that man's child. You did not climb on top of yourself and make no baby. It's impossible. The father has just as many rights as the mother. And I can't I can't I can't. And I really wish I can't. The person who left the comment, I don't know. That's just, new through my cousin, so I didn't really want to express to her how strongly I felt about it, but that's something I feel very, very strongly about, even before I had kids, because there's some things. What she say? Here's what I wrote. I said the welfare of the child is not now, nor has it ever been the sole concern of the mother. Just because a woman carries the baby doesn't mean that she's the only person who can make decisions about the child. The child is half his, and as long as at least one parent wants the child, that should be enough. Matter of fact, even if neither parents want the child, it should be enough that the child already exists. If you don't want the child, that's why the adoption system was created. I repeat, what happens to a child is never just the mother's decision, unless, of course, circumstances prove that the father is a danger to the child. Any woman who thinks different is selfish and ignorant. And that might have been a little much. And she said she replied to each his own. And definitely, all right, I get that. In most situations, it's really just up to the person it's up to. It's really to each his own. But in a situation like that, it is not to each his own. It's a clear it's a clear case of what's right and what's wrong. You cannot make a decision about a child you only possess half of. Like, I know you love your baby. Don't tell me nothing about my baby. You get in trouble. I don't know. Can't tell nobody about their kids. I get that, but it's not just your kid. Like I said before, you didn't climb on top of yourself and make that baby yourself. That the child has a father. That father needs to be involved. Now, okay, I understand if he doesn't want to be involved, and you have to make the best decision for you. But if the father is there, he wants to be present, why keep him away from his child? Why kill his child? Why do any of that? Why? It's it's a shame that I need to say that it's rare nowadays that dudes take responsibility for their children, but if a man does, take it and run with it. You're blessed. Don't ever, there are too many dudes out there not trying to do the right thing, that when you got a dude that's trying to do the right thing, maybe he's not trying to do the right thing by you, maybe he don't want to be with you, but that doesn't mean that the child needs to be penalized. If he wants to be there for the child but doesn't want to be with you, then let him do that. Let him be there for what matters, the child. And child, Oh Lord, see, when I get on something, I just go all over the place. I was about to talk about Black Ink Crew. Caesar's baby mother is the epitome of everything. Is the epitome of why is the reason why baby mother has a negative connotation to it. Because baby mothers don't typically get the respect. When you hear baby mother, you don't straighten up and sit right like you hear when you hear wife or something like that. You always think, whenever you hear baby mom, you always, for some reason, everybody catch crazy baby mom. And she's the reason why, because she's not crazy. She's just selfish. She's just ignorant. She just, always talking about her. What about the baby? Like, what about the baby? Like, you talking about yourself. I need this. I need that. What about your child? If your child is taken care of, why keep him? And people don't even realize, like, that's the thing. I get it. Like, you got to live for now, live in the moment. I don't think like that. I plan for my future because I plan on having a future, like straight up, no chaser. I plan for my future because I plan to have a future. So it ain't no live in the moment, da 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 da, YOLO, blah blah blah. Pop care, like, come on now, kill me with all that mess. Because you have to think about your future. Because you know what's gonna happen in the future when she finally, you know, hounds her mother enough to ask, where's my dad? How come I can't see my dad? And when she finally does get to see her dad, and she hears the other side of the story, it's gonna be a problem. That's gonna create a rift between her and her child now. Because when the child was younger and needed a dad most, you didn't let her dad be a part of her life because you had problems with him, not because he was a bad dad, because he was a bad person, because he hurt the child, because of any other reason except that you were selfish and you wanted him all to yourself. You couldn't deal with the fact that he has moved on, had other people, had other women. You kept your daughter away from her dad because you had a problem with him, because you were mad that, y'all weren't together anymore. That's selfish. That's creep, and that's selfish. And I don't condone, co-sign, rock with none of that. Like, none of that. People, I will reiterate, any child is never the concern of just one parent. It is of both. Let me say this. From jump, it's both. Now, if one parent along the way proves that, the other parent needs to take full control because the other parent is going a little left here, well, that's not right, going a little left here, going a little left, not really doing what they're supposed to be doing as a parent, I get that. You feel me? You take full control when it needs to be taken control. But from the beginning, you don't just X a dude out or X a chick out from Jump Street from the beginning. Like, how fair is that? How fair is that you basically condemn this person, sentence them to a life without their child? You didn't even put them on trial. You didn't even give them a chance to prove what kind of parent they could be. You just straight kept them away from their child, and now your child has to grow up. Well, okay, maybe they're already grown up in a one-parent household, or maybe not, but still, even if there's a two-parent household, even if you have, like, your boyfriend, that's still not that child's father, and you can't make a boyfriend be your child's father. Even if, I hate when I hear chicks talking about, yeah, we gonna get her a new dad, blah, blah, like, that's straight ratchet. That's straight ratchet. That child has a father who wants to be there, and what? You gonna keep him away? You gonna give him a new father? I'm sorry, I didn't know the human body worked like that. I didn't know you could stuff that kid back up in there, change them genes. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. That's just how I feel. There's just a lot of foolishness going on in the world, and people don't realize none of this affects you. People live in the moment and think that things affect them, not even think not even thinking about what they're doing, how it's affecting other people, how it's going to affect their children, how it's going to affect all these other things. You're only thinking about what's affecting you. You need to think about how you're affecting other things. That's my quote of the day. Yeah, I'm gonna jot that down, get it patented. That was nice. What did I say? Oh, okay. Yes, that was my quote. You're too busy. People got to stop thinking about how things affect them and start thinking about how they're affecting the things around them. Because it's not just about you and how you're affected. Now don't take that as you don't matter, because you do. And there comes a time where you do need to forget about it all and focus on yourself. But this is not one of those times. And actually, you need to make it that before you even think about yourself, you think about how you're affecting someone else or something else. Before you even think, before you even put it in your mind, oh man, this is doing this to me, this is making me feel this way. You need to think about, you know, if I do if I do something about it, if I don't like the way something is making me feel and I do something about it, what is that going to affect? That's why you need to think. So because you might think like, um, I don't like that we not together. He not trying to be with me no more. So let me go ahead. Let me keep his kid away from him. All right. But before you think of yourself, think of your kid. How is you keeping your kid away from his father or her father? How is that going to affect her now and when she grows up? Because kids need both parents. And the reason for that is, I know some people might actually disagree with me on this, that only a man can teach a boy how to be a man. I don't, I don't agree with that, because a man could teach a girl how to be a woman, how to be respectable. So why can't I, as a woman, teach my son that this is how you treat women, this is how you become a man of honor, a man of integrity, this is how you make sure that your family is always taken care of. You telling me that I can't teach my son that? I do that for my family now, but you telling me I can't teach my son that because I'm a woman, so I can't teach him how to be a man? That's bullcrap. I'm not trying to hear that. But I gotta go, actually, because my baby's crying and I need to get him. But yeah, see, I came back with a second video, so I only got one video for y'all on Friday, that outfit of the day. And oh, let me give you a heads up, my outfits of the day, I work, so I just pretty professionally, so my outfit of the day is probably just gonna be what I went to work. What I just professionally, because I don't go out and do stuff like that. The nicest I dress is when I go to work. Other than that, I'm in combat boots, t-shirts, tank tops, stuff like that. Yes, I'll show you my work outfit, which I already know what I'm gonna wear, and it's gonna be real fly. So, but yeah, I'll see you later.